going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Nerdy Laundry. So this week, it is E3 week. I want to talk E3. We've had so much happen, and my mind has been blown night after night. So it's time to talk E3, and now that we've kind of all wrapped up with all of our big pressers, I think we're safe to chat a little bit about what we've seen. So first off, I'm just going to kind of recap some of the things that really stuck in my mind. That's obviously not going to be everything because there's just way too much to cover, but we'll kind of talk about some of the highlights for me. So first off, obviously, I don't think I'll get one, but it's a highlight. Nevertheless, I recognize that, and that is Microsoft announcing the Xbox One X. The thing looks like and sounds like a beast. The price point is a little steep in my opinion. $500 for a gaming console is a lot. I guess comparatively, when you think about gaming PCs, it's really still less, but it's a lot of money, man. I don't know. I guess if you've already invested in a 4K TV, you've spent a decent amount, so you probably aren't too pressed for this, but I don't see myself picking one up. I've never actually owned an Xbox console of any sort, so I don't think I'll start with this one. I recognize it as being a big thing, though. It is sort of the most powerful console out there now, but it's about all it does for me. I don't even know. I don't really remember any of their exclusives, because they kind of were just showing a lot of, oh, it's going to be here first rather than exclusives. So I don't really have much else to say about the Microsoft presser. It kind of came and went for me. Let's see. Where can we go to next? Bethesda. Really interesting to me. I can't say that I've really played any of their games hardcore, that I can think of at least. I recognize that the Fallout is a big thing for a lot of people. I've got friends and family and stuff that have played the games, so I know that it's a big deal. They look sweet, I just never got around to them personally. But I will say that Wolfenstein 2, that game looks sweet. And I've never played any of those games. But this is actually, that trailer and that sort of gameplay from that really has me intrigued to go back and play the first one in the reboot series. Not all the way back, but the first one in this sort of series. And I saw it's only $20 on the PS3 or PS4 right now, so I'm considering it. We'll see. We'll see if I get there, but that game looks phenomenal, and I like the idea behind it, I guess, is what really draws me in. I find it very interesting, sort of this alternate universe where the Axis powers won World War II instead of the Allied. It's kind of cool. It's kind of crazy. So I'm intrigued by that. So that might be something that really draws me in for the first time. So that happened. Looks just phenomenal. So we'll see about that one. Ubisoft. I don't even know where to begin with them. Beyond Good and Evil 2, which is really a prequel, but it's still 2. But that video got me pretty hyped about that, and I've never played the first game, but that looked cool, and I kind of like the idea behind it, so we'll see kind of what becomes of that. But that game looked really cool. And obviously, the big one there was the Rabbids, or Mario plus Rabbids. That game, didn't expect that. Really out of left field to me. And I've never played any of the Rabbid games. They're kind of goofy characters. I've always thought they were pretty funny and goofy, but I'm intrigued to see that. I'm really intrigued to play it. I think it'll definitely be something that I get on the Switch, obviously. I'm a sucker for anything Mario, so it looks kind of fun. I guess the only game that I've really ever played that is similar, but still not even close to the same, is like the Worms games. We used to play Worms World Party back in the day on I think that was on the Dreamcast, and that was a ton of fun. And this, again, it's not like that at all by any means, but yeah, I don't know. I think this game looks really cool. I'm really excited to try it out. I like sort of the strategy, bouncing on your teammate and getting around the enemy and getting behind them, and sort of the crazy gun cannon contraptions. That looks insane. So I'm really, really, really interested to see that game play out. Another one in the franchise, the Far Cry. I've never played any of the Far Cry games. I've always been intrigued by them. I don't get a whole ton of time I don't get/make a whole ton of time for hardcore games like that. Those AAA titles or whatever. But this one might be one that I play. Sort of set in the Montana. I think I don't know, again, I think it's just that type of story and that type of universe really intrigues me. So we'll see. I'll obviously give it some time, and it won't be like a day one purchase for me by any means. I'll give it time to be out and see how it reviews and see how it plays and see what people think before giving it possibly a shot. I think it looks cool though. The video package and the gameplay footage that they showed got me pretty hyped for it, so we'll see. That's an interesting one. Just trying to think of what else we saw in that presser. There's just been so much stuff. I don't know. I don't think I've got anything else from that, but I know there was a lot of really cool stuff, and I liked. Those were the three big ones that really stuck out in my mind. Then we moved on to Sony the next day, and Sony brought it again, in my opinion. Not quite as crazy as last year, but I think some of those games from last year have come out now, obviously, so that is part of it. And even though I still haven't gotten around to buying and playing Horizon Zero Dawn, I was pretty excited to see that they announced, or again, maybe this stuff has already been announced. I don't keep up with any of the other gaming news like I do Nintendo, but the DLC or the added content for that game looks pretty cool. The ice world and all of that, and Frozen and everything. I think that looks pretty sweet, so I'm excited to see that. Still a game that I am planning to play and buy. It just hasn't happened yet, so we'll get around to that eventually before it's all said and done. So I'm excited for that one. Obviously, anytime that I can jump back into the Uncharted universe, huge thumbs up for me. I freaking love the Uncharted games. Uncharted 4 was just an amazing game. And, again, I'm happy to be done with, I love Nathan Drake, and I love his whole series, but I understand that his time has kind of come and gone, and it's time for a new series, or a new way. But again, anything that gets me back into that universe, I'm happy with it. So I'm excited to play this game. What started out as DLC and has evolved into its own game, I think that's pretty cool. So I'm really excited and really hyped for this one. That'll definitely be if not day one, pretty quick in its lifespan pickup for me. That'll definitely be a big game for me. We had the zombie game that's title is escaping my mind, but in post and in editing, I'll put the title in here. I really thought the gameplay that they showed for that looked pretty cool. The the throwing the bear. I like that it makes you think a little bit. You know, the whole like he throws the bear trap into the bush, then throws a rock over there, makes a guy run into the freaking bear trap. That was cool. I really like those kind of games that have things like that, where there's a lot of different ways that you can progress and kind of get to the same end goal. I think that's pretty cool. So that game looks really sweet. Again, I don't know if it'll be a day one pickup for me, but it'll be something that I'd really like to say that I want to play it, and that I will play it. Again, it's no guarantees because, like I say, console gaming and gaming in general, outside of Nintendo, because I make time for Nintendo. And again, because the Switch I can take with me on the go, so that's part of what helps me play. But sitting down and playing console games at home is a little tougher for me because just work and life and everything. I don't have a lot of time that I'm just sitting around at home. So, but this one, again, it might be something that I make some time for. It looks really cool. I'm excited to see kind of it continue to develop further and see what more we get out of it. But definitely it has me intrigued. Obviously, the next big one was the God of War. Super stoked for that. Loved the series. I got into them late because I didn't have a I didn't have a PS2 around me personally a lot when they first came out, but I did get them on PS3 and played, and love those games. Fantastic. So definitely excited for this. I'm glad that the series is not dead. I kind of had a feeling that it wouldn't be. It was nice that I understood them taking the break that they did, and that was a pretty I mean, it's been a pretty hefty break as far as console. I think I was a freshman in college when God of War 3 came out, so that's saying something. Since I've almost been out of college and graduated for 5 years, so minus Jesus, that's like 8 years now. That's a lot. So, definitely glad to see that game is still, or that franchise is still alive. I hope that this sort of leads into the character that looks to be his son, him taking over the mantle, and that we'll get more with him now, and that'll kind of continue the franchise, and that's where they'll go with it. Because, like I say, I definitely don't want to see the franchise die. I love the games. I think they're really good, and it's a solid property for Sony to have and to continue to build on. So definitely super excited for that. Definitely glad to see some gameplay. Looks fantastic. Looks amazing. Looks a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that one hardcore. It was intrigued to that we didn't see any of I don't even remember what the game was called, but the Naked Norman Reedus game, whatever that was. Maybe we did and I just missed it, but I don't remember seeing anything with that this time around. But again, I could be wrong. Maybe. I don't remember, but maybe. I don't think I'm wrong, though. Either way, finally, Sony sort of ended with the Spider-Man, and the Spider-Man game looks so good. I mean, I think this might be right up there with Arkham, with the Arkham series. It really reminds me a lot of that. The combat style and the gameplay that they showed really reminds me of sort of how Arkham plays, at least in the fighting scenes, especially with, the Spidey sense going off is a lot like how it went off with Batman. So I'm really excited to play this game. So it'll definitely be one that I want to play. I will make time for that game for sure. I like it. I think it looks pretty cool, and it's good. Again, even though yes, I'm a DC guy in my heart and everything, I think superheroes getting positive games across the board is just good for the business. So I hope that leads to more games based on the superheroes. I mean, the Arkham series is so good, and that was really the big sort of reboot into getting these superhero games back in the positive direction. So I really hope that we continue this. Other than, I mean, the Lego games are obviously fantastic, but that's just because they're Lego. So yes, using those superhero games are good, but other than that, we hadn't really had super solid superhero games in a long time. So Arkham started it. It looks like Spider-Man's going to kind of continue that momentum, and we'll see where it goes from there, but definitely one that I want to play. Whew, oh boy, get ready. So now we finally get to our Nintendo stuff, and man, oh man, did Nintendo bring it. Obviously, we got sort of, some more looks at ARMS, and then Splatoon, and then right in the beginning, they dropped the frickin' bomb, and Rocket League is coming to the frickin' Switch, and I'm so excited. I've been talking about this since the Switch really came out. With my brother Tom, I've been saying I want Rocket League on the Switch. I want Rocket League on the Switch, and we are getting it, and I'm so stoked. I haven't even played the game ever, and I'm so excited. It's made for the Switch. It is just a game that should be on the Switch. It's going to be on the Switch, and I'm so excited to finally get the chance to play it. I've always thought it looked like a great game. I've watched a lot of the gameplay, and I'm so stoked to finally get a chance to play it. And it's going to be cross-platform, and that just is, I'm so stoked. So that was our first bomb that we got dropped, Rocket League coming to the Switch. And they did kind of retouch on it a little bit later, but I'm super stoked for that. And it's this year, holidays, so we got a little time to wait, but it's coming, and I'm excited. And then, man, where did we go from there? We got some more look at Xenoblade, and the Xenoblade looks fantastic. It's different than the Chronicles, I think, is what the X Chronicles X. No, this is Chronicles X, which was the one on the Wii U, which was a little bit more like online based, and I would have really loved to have that or something similar, but we've got plenty of time. Obviously, we're still young in our console, but the Chronicles 2 just looks so good, and I'm really excited to finally play this. I really should buy the one on the 3DS and play it, so that I have an idea of sort of how the game goes and plays and story and everything, but I'm super stoked for this game, and it'll definitely get bought, definitely get played, and I'm really looking forward to it. And then from there, I believe we had the bomb dropped of Metroid Prime 4, and even though we didn't see anything, we got all of that, and I'm excited that it's happening. And actually, I think before that, they dropped the bomb that a Pokemon game is coming to the Switch, like a actual hardcore Pokemon game, and I'm so stoked for that. I don't know where they're going to go or what direction they're going to take. I would really like to see sort of an open world game, and I mean, even if it's just Kanto, an open world Kanto, where you get to walk around, Pokemon are out just in the wild, it's not random encounters, you get to see them in their environment. I think that would be amazing. I would love to see maybe 2 regions combined into one, so maybe do like Kanto and Johto or something, but I mean, if it's an open world Kanto, that's going to be huge, and I'm okay with just one region in that sense, but I really hope it's just that, like, open world look, style to it, a little, I guess the paths and everything, it's a little less super duper open and more, guided open than just open, but man, I hope that, we get something good. I'm super excited to see where they go with it. But yeah, the Metroid Prime 4. My God, I love the Metroid Prime games, so I can't... Oh, I'm so excited that we're finally getting Samus back. Oh, it's been way too long, and I'm so stoked. So, Metroid Prime 4 is coming to the Switch. Finally, we continued on after that, and again, we just got new game after new game, and I'm totally out of order because I think before all of this, we got Kirby and it looks so good. I'm so excited. I love the multiplayer Kirby games that we had on the Wii. Oh, so good. And now we're getting one on our Switch, and I'm so stoked. I'm so happy. Again, Nintendo, you're like bringing back franchises, and we're finally getting announcements for some different franchises, and I'm so happy. You guys made me so happy, and I'm so stoked. I love Kirby, and I love his games, and I'm just so happy that we're getting one on the Switch. It looks like a lot of fun. The team moves that you've got to do, and like the parasol to get under the water. Oh, it's so cool. I'm so excited for it. I can't wait to see what you guys do with it. But yeah, and then what else? We had the Yoshi game. That looks phenomenal. It looks like the Yoshi character is still like woolly Yoshi, but this is more built on like a paper cardboard background, foreground environment, I guess you want to say. So it's not the woolly environment. At least it doesn't look like it's the woolly environment, but it is the woolly Yoshi for sure. Just sort of more on a, like, if you guys know the Arby's, like the Arby's social media stuff that they do, and they use the boxes and stuff to make those 3D images, that's sort of what it looks like the whole world is going to be made out of in this game, and I'm super excited to play that too. I love the Yoshi games. I played Yoshi's New Island on the 3DS right before the Switch came out. Great game. Or was it right before Pokemon came out? Might have been right before Pokemon Sun and Moon came out. That might be more right. That sounds more right. Yes, it was right before Sun and Moon came out, not the Switch. But great game, so good, so fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I never played Woolly World, and that again was just sort of timing more than anything. But this game looks great, so I'm super excited to play it. And then, man, what else did we get after that? We talked more about the Mario and Rabbids, and we talked some more about the Rocket League, and I'm gonna kick myself if I forget something. Oh, Fire Emblem Warriors looks great. Man, that game looks awesome. That gameplay footage that they showed us was just mind-blowing. I love those games. We played a lot of Dynasty Warriors, a few different iterations. Me and Joey played one on, I think, the PS3. It might have been the PS2, though. And then my cousin and I played the crap out of one on Xbox, I want to say. I think it was Xbox. We played a ton of the Dynasty Warriors, and that was so good. So good. So I'm really excited for this. And I didn't play the Hyrule Warriors. I know I'm a terrible Nintendo fan. I just never got around to it again. It's a lot of the timing stuff. Not in the greatest place to play video games when it came out. So this looks awesome, though. Fire Emblem characters, they're made for this game, I feel like. And, it's not to say that the Zelda characters weren't, but I think the Fire Emblem characters lend themselves much better to the Warriors gameplay style than the Zelda characters. So I'm really excited to see that as well and play that. It looks phenomenal. So I'm looking forward to that one. And then I think to wrap all of this up, then we got even more of a look at Odyssey, and oh my god, Odyssey looks freaking amazing. I cannot believe just how beautiful this game looks. And you freaking, you toss the hat and it takes out enemies, and you toss the hat and it lands on things, and you get to freaking be in control of that. Like, you get to become everything. You get to become a bullet bill, you get to become a freaking Goomba, you get to become like a tank and a taxi and a freaking dinosaur. Like, what? You're going to become all of these characters just by the toss of your hat, and it looks so good. oh my god, and then all the different outfits, and oh my god. Mario Odyssey, you cannot get here soon enough. I am so excited to freaking play that game. I'm calling it. That's going to be a 100% game. I'm going to 100% that game. I don't care how long it takes. That game is going to be 100% completed by me. There's no doubt about it. I'm so excited to play it. I freaking love Mario games, like standalone Mario games. My jam. And I'm so sad that we really didn't get, like, we really didn't. And again, I'm sure part of it is that they knew that the console was not doing well and that they were going to move on from it pretty quickly. But we never got one on the Wii U. Like, yeah, we had Mario 3D World, but that's not the same. Because that was a multiplayer one. It's not the same as what this is. And I'm so glad that we finally are getting this. Like, it's really been since Galaxy 2 that we've had a game like this. And even that, I mean, Galaxy 2 was a little different in Galaxy. But Mario Odyssey. Mwah, so excited for that game. So yeah, I mean, I know this is a longer video than I expected it to be. There's just so much to say about E3. It is just the ultimate time to be a gamer, to be a nerd, to just love everything that's coming out. And it's the ultimate time to learn and just see what the future holds for us. And the future is very, very bright, especially for us Switch owners. Man, is the future bright. I mean, the rest of this year is pretty covered. And then look what they've already shown us for next year. We're pretty well set. I think we're pretty well set for the next year at least. So we'll see what continues to come around the bend in the upcoming months. But E3, you did your job this year for sure. I am so stoked for everything, and I've got a lot of games to play. So thanks so much for watching. I hope that you found some of this interesting, enjoyable. Really would like to know what from E3 got you the most hyped and the most stoked. Maybe it's something I talked about. Maybe it's something I completely left out. You know, if you're an Xbox person, maybe it's something to do with that. I didn't really cover much Xbox because I'm not an Xbox person, but I'm sure there's some good stuff over there too. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what you're excited for, what you think of some of the things I talked about. I want to hear a conversation with you, so let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, like I say, that's going to put a wrap on this week's video. As always, my name is Tony. This has been Nerdy Laundry. Go ahead and destroy that like button. Hit that subscribe button for new videos. They come out every couple days on our channel here. And as always, we'll catch you on the flip side. Stay nerdy.